All right, today we are cracking a code, and it's one that's been hiding in plain sight for literally thousands of years. We are going to pull back the curtain on the surprisingly logical system that's secretly built into almost every Chinese character. So, have you ever looked at a page of Chinese writing and just felt totally overwhelmed? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. I mean, the idea of memorizing thousands of these incredibly complex characters one by one, it just seems impossible. But what if I told you there's a hack? A kind of secret system that, once you see it, makes the whole thing so much easier.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into the secret of the characters. Then we'll see how they're built to give away clues about both their sound and their meaning. After that, we're going to give this system its real name, and finally, I'll show you why this is basically a learning superpower. Okay, let's get into it. The key to this whole thing is hidden inside a really simple puzzle. And once we solve it, everything else just clicks into place. Okay, check these two characters out. On the left, we have ma, and on the right, ma. Now, they look really similar, right? And they even sound almost identical, but they mean completely different things. Just take a look. Can you spot the one part they have in common?
So, what's going on here? How can they be so similar but also so different? Well, the answer is literally built right into the characters. You see, each one is made of smaller pieces, and those pieces are actually clues. I bet you spotted it. It's that character on the right side of both of them, ma. Now, all by itself, that character is pronounced ma, and it means horse. Okay, so now listen again to our two examples, ma and ma. You hear that? That ma sound? It's almost exactly the same as the word for horse, ma.
And that is our first huge clue. That piece of the character is called the phonetic component, or shengfu. Its whole job is to give you a massive hint about how to say the word. It's not about meaning, it's all about the sound. Okay, so that's the sound clue sorted, but what about the meaning? Let's go back to that first character, ma. We know the horse part tells us the sound, so the meaning has to come from that other bit, that little box on the left, ko. Any idea what that might be? Well, that little box, ko, is actually the character for mouth. So it tells us that the meaning has something to do with speaking or asking. And that's exactly right. The character ma is what you put at the end of a sentence to turn it into a question. It's literally a sound you make with your mouth to ask something. All right, that totally makes sense. So what about the other one, ma? We already know the right side, the horse part, gives us that ma sound. So that means the meaning clue has to be that other piece on the left, the character nu. So the character nu means woman or female. Let's put the puzzle pieces together. We've got a meaning related to woman and a sound like ma. Put them together and what do you get? Ma, the character for mother. A female person called ma. It's really that simple. And this meaning part, this clue, it has a special name. It's called the radical, or 部首, and its job is basically to sort the character into a general category. So in our examples, the mouth radical gave us a speaking-related character, and the woman radical gave us a female-related one. So let's just break this down one more time because this is the whole secret. Most Chinese characters are just a logical combination of two parts. You've got the radical, like nu, which gives you a clue about the meaning, in this case, female. And then you have the phonetic component, like ma, which gives you a clue about the sound, ma. It's really that simple. One part for meaning, one part for sound. It's such a brilliant system. Okay, so now that we've seen how this amazing system works, it's time for the big reveal. Let's actually give this thing its proper name. These characters that we've been breaking down, they're called keishengzi. That basically translates to pictophonetic characters. And the definition is, well, it's exactly what we just figured out. They're characters built with one part for the meaning and another part for the sound. So you might be thinking, okay, that's a cool trick for a couple of characters, but how common is this really? Well, get ready for this. It's not just a handful. Scholars estimate that around 90% of all Chinese characters are made this way. Yeah, let that sink in. What this means is that the huge, overwhelming majority of Chinese characters are not just random pictures that you have to memorize one by one. No, they are logical puzzles. They follow a pattern. The secret code has been right there in front of us the whole time. So what does this all mean for you? Why is this so important?
Because knowing this isn't just a fun fact. If you're learning Chinese, this is a legit superpower. It completely changes how you look at the language. Just think about it. Instead of trying to memorize thousands of characters from scratch, which feels impossible, you can just focus on learning the building blocks. If you learn, say, just 500 of the most common parts, the radicals and the phonetics, you suddenly have the key to guess the meaning and sound of thousands of other characters, even ones you've never seen before. So from now on, here's your new game plan. When you see a character you don't know, don't panic. Be a detective. First, find the radical and guess the general meaning. Second, find the phonetic part and guess the sound. And third, just combine those clues. You'd be amazed how often you'll be right, or at least really close. There's a great line that sums this all up perfectly. It goes, "A Chinese character isn't just a character. It secretly tells you its meaning and sound." It's like every character comes with its own little instruction manual built right in. So there you have it. The secret's out. That intimidating wall of Chinese characters, it's not really a wall. It's just a giant, beautiful puzzle. And every single piece gives you a clue about where it fits. So from now on, when you see a character you don't recognize, don't get stressed out. Just see it for what it is, a little code just waiting for you to crack it. Thanks for watching.